All right. Hey. So we are going to Sun and Ski. So they moved it, changed it around some. Sun and Ski. We're gonna look at getting some new bindings. Okay, so go to the left.
Okay.
The left.
They're not back there?
The left.
Oh, I don't know if I left.
Oh my goodness. Clearly.
Why did you tell me to go to the left?
I said go to the left. You said new bindings. There's cute. I saw a jacket here that I wanted. Now. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Uh-oh, I see some pants. Maybe I need to come back. Go. Okay, so bindings. Yep. What do you want?
The ones that you just kind of put your foot in.
Slide your foot in.
Yeah, and it kind of clamps itself up.
It's our Sims board.
So the other thing we gotta do while we're in here, guys, is we're gonna put this in the shop so that they can kind of smooth out the edges. Wax the bottom. If there's any grooves or divots, they'll kind of fill that stuff in. All right, so basically I wanted the easiest bindings possible.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure if you have them. Like, what's the ones where I can just put my foot in and it
those are called flow bindings.
What do you...
We do not carry those anymore as a company. We stopped.
Right.
About 50% of people loved them. The other half just absolutely hated them. So like for us, it was, we couldn't justify keeping them in our product lineup if like half the people really don't like them. So that's
what do you think about them?
I hate them personally. So like if you get like if you get the expensive ones, they like lift up. So the biggest thing that people found was that the whole idea of having your binding straps, you want them tight on your foot. Now with those rear entry bindings, like when you had to put your foot in, if you wanted that strap tight, you had to like kick your foot into it to keep it tight. Otherwise you would have to lean down and readjust the strap, which defeats the whole purpose of the flow bindings in general. They seem very easy, but it's not the easiest when if you are sitting down at the top of the mountain, it's not the easiest to reach back and pull them up. So like, if you can find a flat spot where you don't have to sit down and you are standing up, it's very, very easy to put your foot in and do that. But if you are sitting down, from what I found, I only demoed them about like 2 or 3 times. But what I found is it was fairly difficult if you are sitting down to get that, if your foot's not in the exact right spot. So there is like a lot of room for error, I guess, like user error. So that's my personal reasoning for not liking them. But, you know, kind of going into what we carry here, the easiest, probably most forgiving binding would probably be the Burton Citizen, rather. So that purple one and that black one up there.
Oh yeah, Gwen, we gonna be twins.
Either one of those, you know, it's the same exact binding, it's just a different colorway on both of them. Now the reason I say that is, you know,
because she already got those.
Right? Have you used them yet?
I did.
Did you like them?
Did you like them?
The first day I was kind of nervous. So, and I was on ice. So I didn't do as well, but the next day I settled in.
Okay, cool. So, it's much better now.
You know, I really feel like it went like more on the top of my boot like this versus like
right.
So it was better like that.
You liked it better on top. Now you can do it either way. They're meant to go over your toes, but it doesn't, you know, it's not gonna, the whole reason, so originally when, you know, bindings like, talking about like the 90s here, but like when they first, you know, started developing snowboarding, started getting more popular, it always went over the top of your foot like this. Over the years they had transitioned into over the toe. All around it just gives you a little bit better leverage as far as, you know, pulling back on the board and you know, initiating turns. It does give you a little bit more leverage. That being said, if you're not a super aggressive snowboarder, you're fine going over the top of the foot. It doesn't really, it doesn't affect a whole lot. So the reason I say, you know, these are pretty, you know, the easiest, most forgiving. You have a really, really pretty soft, torsionally flexing high back. So pretty much every high back, which is this part right here, is going to be stiff front to back because you need that for leveraging your turns, especially on your heel side. You know, when you're leaning your body weight into it, if it's folding over in half, you know, you're going to have a lot of difficulty. Right? So where it really comes into play is torsional flexibility, so flexibility this way. As you get stiffer and stiffer in torsional flexibility, they definitely become almost to the point where they are uncomfortable. Like the very, very, like, so like, just for example, like the Lexa, if you're not a, like I said, top performing, really, really aggressive snowboarder, that would almost become, you know, fairly uncomfortable, which you wouldn't think because snowboarding boots are very thick. However, I can attest to this from experience in men's bindings. Going with a high back that's super, super stiff, even myself being a very aggressive snowboarder, I ran into issues where I felt that the high back was uncomfortable on the back of my leg. So it's very forgiving, very easy, you know, really, really easy on your legs at the end of the day. You're not going to fatigue real easily on that. Now, for you, are you very aggressive snowboarder or kind of just more out there?
I wouldn't say I'm aggressive.
More just, more just to have fun than anything. Yes. Right, okay.
You've got a good speed, but not aggressive.
Yeah. So I think for you, you'd be totally fine on something like this.
Okay.
Now, if you were telling me that, you know, I get out there and I just ride fast and hard all the time, I'm laying out my carbs, I'm really getting into it.
All the time. All the time.
If you were doing that, then I would say, you know, maybe more importantly, it may be more important for you to, you know, go into a stiffer, a binding with a stiffer high back.
Okay.
But, you know.
Because right now, this is my situation right now.
Okay.
So look at those. Like, what we pay for these? Like $20?
Oh, no, these were more.
Were they 50? Okay. All right. So these were 50.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I will say they won't be like the biggest difference between those and what you have here.
What? Okay.
Why are you looking at getting new bindings? If you don't mind me asking.
Because I had these for like what, Gwen? Like 4 years, 4 years, you would say.
We've been to so many different places.
Okay.
It just feels like.
Japan. What do we? Yeah, we had these in Japan.
Oh, you guys went to Japan?
No,
we didn't take our boards to Japan.
Okay. You guys snowboard out there though?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
We didn't do any gates or anything.
Okay.
We did in heaven.
Yeah.
A lot of guys did.
I think.
Gates.
If we do it again, we'll definitely have a tour guide. We have to get a guide with us.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah. We did Whistler with these. A lot of Toronto.
Man, you guys have ridden everywhere.
We're trying.
There you go.
We want to do Chile one of these days. Chile.
That's
one
another
of these days.
one I want to get to real bad too.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so I just feel like I've had these for so long, and I feel like they're going to break on the mountain one.
Right.
You know, they just, I don't know. I just kind of feel like
everything is definitely intact.
So it doesn't seem like it's about to fall apart, like become.
I wouldn't say so. Now, let me just look close at it. Right. Yeah.
Then budget life. Maybe we shouldn't get a new pair of bindings.
I mean, I just don't want to sit here and sell you pretty much the exact same thing that you already have, which, in 100% honesty, that's
what it would be.
Yeah, let me just finish looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah, because everything, you know, from what I'm looking at, is in good shape. Even the ladders aren't bad, you know. You see like
just
a
being
little
paranoid.
bit, you see like a little chip right there, and you see like, but that's something that's very, very common. Just you know, in pretty much any board you get, and this is something that I run into almost every couple years, every 3-4 years or so. Just from, especially whichever foot, if you're goofy or regular, which looks like you're goofy. So your back one, because you're in and out of it so much more than your front binding, you know what I mean? Every time you get to the top of the lift, it's constantly So because it takes more stress than the front one, that's the biggest issue you run into with bindings breaking is the ladders. You have it is coming unglued a little bit here, but that's something you could just go and hit it with super glue and put it back on.
Okay.
That's not the biggest deal in the world, but everything else, as far as just looking at everything, really is not in bad shape. If you were to come in here and ask me, hey, do you think I would need to get new bindings? I would.
You'd be like, no. Okay.
I would.
I like saving my money.
spend more money in Japan, right? So yeah, I mean, let me go double check and see if I have any of these extra ladders.
And I'm gonna put this in the shop.
Okay, right.
Y'all know we are here at Sun and Ski, and as you all know, we're not going to get new bindings after all, and we're just going to put the snowboard in the shop. He's checking on new ladders, but what's important to know here is every place you go, I always tend to ask for things like what kind of discounts do they have. Sun and Ski actually has a 10% military discount, which is super awesome, so it just adds, you know, something a little extra nice to have. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well myself, thanks. So I'd probably...
What? It doesn't look like it needs to be in the shop?
They're decent. So really, I'd just say a wax.
What about these? Can anything be done about this?
Sort
like
of,
those little divots,
not
or no?
Very pretty, and it's not really
necessary.
Yeah, so.
Dang, they won't take my money, guys. Like, I came in for new bindings. They're like, no, you don't need any. Now I want to put my board in the shop. He's like, So how much is the wax?
So, machine wax is 10, hand wax is 20. Difference being, machine wax is going to last you maybe 2 days worth of riding. Hand wax will last you a little longer. Machine wax I can do right now. Hand wax I'd have to hold on to it for like a week or so.
Okay, but in the hand wax it lasts longer.
Yeah, it'll last like somewhere between 4 and 8 days worth, depending on the conditions.
Dang! We only get it waxed like once a season, don't we? Let's do a hand wax. Yeah, let's do a hand wax. I get 6 to 8 days. So that's it, guys. That's all we have. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment. And we saved all of our money.
And maintain your patience, because I'm coming for that jacket.